Vienna, a city renowned for its classical architecture and imperial charm, is embracing modernity with the construction of DC Tower 2. Set to reach a height of 180 meters, this skyscraper will become the fourth tallest building in Vienna, following its sibling DC Tower 1, which stands at 220 meters. Designed by French architect Dominique Perrault, DC Tower 2 is poised to redefine the city's skyline with its sleek design and innovative features. Building on solid ground. Raising a skyscraper is hard enough, try doing it in a space tighter than a Vienna coffee shop during rush hour. Surrounded by towering neighbors, a buzzing rail line, and barely enough room to swing a shovel, let alone a crane. DC Tower 2's construction site was a logistical nightmare, but the brilliant minds at Poor Group weren't fazed. They simply dug deeper, literally carving out a 22.7-meter hole like they were searching for buried treasure. The result? A foundation so strong it could probably survive a waltz from King Kong. It's proof that sometimes the key to going high is going really, really low first. Climbing to new heights. At the literal core of DC Tower 2 is, well, the core. This isn't just the building's spine. It's the skyscraper's command center, hosting all the essential bits, elevators, stairwells, and the occasional panicked construction worker realizing how high they are. To build this marvel with speed and style, engineers rolled out Perry's rail climbing system, a genius bit of tech that acts like scaffolding on steroids. It molds concrete 1 minute and shields workers from Vienna's moody weather the next. Each jump takes the crew 2.5 floors higher in 5-day cycles, basically the architectural version of leapfrog. And the best part? It climbs on its own, thanks to hydraulic jacks. Finally, something on-site that works out more than the interns. Steel and concrete synergy. Each floor of DC Tower 2 is built like a tank in a tuxedo, strong, refined, and ready to impress. It starts with formwork that acts like a mold, followed by the careful placement of steel rebar, which resembles a metallic spaghetti grid if spaghetti had the strength of Thor's hammer. This steel skeleton gets encased in concrete, locking everything in place like a vault. The combo of rebar and concrete is the architectural equivalent of peanut butter and jelly, except this sandwich holds up an entire building. And just when one level's done, the crew shrugs, grabs their gear, and heads to the next floor like it's just another Tuesday. If only IKEA furniture came together this smoothly. Elevating efficiency. Transporting materials to the upper floors of a skyscraper is not glamorous. It's a logistical conundrum worthy of its own reality show. That's where Perry's futuristic hoist swoops in, making everyone else's pulley system look like a toddler's Lego set. This mechanical marvel zooms up 6 floors in one go, dodging the scheduling chaos of shared tower cranes. It's not just fast, it's elevator envy in motion. Workers can now avoid traffic jams in the sky and focus on what matters, not dropping a wrench from 40 stories up. And with all that time saved, they might finally get around to having a proper coffee break, not just caffeine sips between concrete pours. Sustainable design. DC Tower 2 isn't just another tall building showing off in Vienna's skyline. It's an eco-warrior in sleek architectural armor. Its facade is fitted with photovoltaic panels, essentially turning the entire exterior into one giant, stylish solar panel. This cutting-edge feature allows the building to generate its own clean energy, trimming down utility costs and carbon footprints alike. Think of it as the building equivalent of going vegan and running a marathon. Impressive, admirable, and slightly intimidating. It's the first skyscraper in Europe to go full solar jacket mode, setting a high bar for green architecture. In a world where sustainability is the new sexy, DC Tower 2 is absolutely runway ready. A new chapter for Donau City. Once the overlooked stepchild of Vienna, Donau City has now reinvented itself into a gleaming, high-tech hub that would make even the most futuristic districts jealous. What was once a landfill and the failed venue for an expo that never was has now become a magnet for investors, innovators, and residents who like their homes with a view. Leading this renaissance is DC Tower 2, a gleaming skyscraper rising like a phoenix with solar wings and smart elevators. The neighborhood now hums with energy. Cranes dot the skyline like modern-day storks, and the waterfront has never looked so inviting. Donau City proves that with the right vision and a massive budget, even the most forgotten areas can become real estate royalty. It's Vienna's ultimate urban glow-up, and it's still rising. From twin towers to unique identity, originally envisioned as a matching counterpart to DC Tower 1, DC Tower 2 was supposed to be the classic twin tall, sharp, and slightly intimidating. But somewhere in the planning process, it slipped on some personality and never looked back. The redesign brought in wraparound balconies and loggias that scream modern luxury and whisper Instagram me. It went from minimalist monolith to chic city icon with curbs in all the right places. The architects didn't just tweak it, they gave it a full identity makeover, like a high-rise going through a style renaissance. No longer the silent sidekick, DC Tower 2 now walks the skyline like it owns the place. And honestly, with that silhouette, who's going to argue? If buildings had dating profiles, this one's would read: tall, energy efficient, with killer views. A decade in the making. DC Tower 2's journey has been more dramatic than a soap opera marathon, delays, redesigns, and all. It took nearly 10 years for the project to leave the drawing board and break ground, thanks to the complex tangle of urban restrictions, budget considerations, and good old bureaucratic foot dragging. At times, it probably felt like building a skyscraper with one hand tied behind your back and the other holding a permit application. But every hiccup brought a chance to rethink, improve, and sprinkle in some innovation, kind of like rewriting your essay the night before it's due, and somehow making it better. When the dust settled, and there was a lot of it, DC Tower 2 emerged smarter, sleeker, and more sustainable than ever. So sure, it took a while, but like a fine Austrian wine, it just needed time to reach perfection. Vienna's vertical future. DC Tower 2 isn't just a building, it's Vienna's mic drop into the world of skyscrapers, saying, we may do classical music, Schnitzel, and Freud, but we also do high-rises now, darling. Scheduled to open its doors in 2026, it promises more than just impressive height. We're talking swanky apartments, slick office spaces, and shops where you can literally shop with a skyline. It's perfect for those who want to sip coffee while judging clouds from above. With its eco-friendly flair and futuristic design, DC Tower 2 is basically the Elon Musk of buildings, but with better manners and no Twitter account. It combines intelligence with aesthetic charm, kind of like if a Tesla and a Vogue model had a baby, and that baby grew 180 meters tall. Vienna may not have the tallest buildings in Europe, but this one shows it's got altitude and attitude. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Vienna's rising skyline, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Got a favorite skyscraper or city transformation story? Drop it in the comments below, we'd love to hear from you. So make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and remember, the sky isn't the limit when it comes to great construction.